Okay, oops, here we go. And it is week 8 again, and we're still working on our jack screw. So here's another part. This is a sliding screw. This is kind of an interesting one. This has a lot of little chamfers and things that you have to pay attention to up here on the insides and the outside. There's a chamfer on the inside because we want to drop in a little V holder. This little, let me grab this right over here and open this. This little part here drops inside that hole right there, and so you want it to go in easily so it has a little chamfer on it. So I'm going to slide that over there, and we're going to slide this over there, and I'll start drawing here, and away we go. Hope you guys have had a good weekend. My cold is getting better, thank God. Projects. Let's go up to our projects. We are in the jack screw assembly. That's just good to go. Just confirm that. We want a new one, and we are going to go into English. We're going to go to our ANSI standard right down here part, and here we go. And pretty much I'm going to approach this as a tube, and we're going to oops, and you can see that I'm not in the center there, so I'm going to re-grab that center point, get in there. There it is. And I have a diameter, and looks like my overall diameter is 0.624. So 0.624, and enter. And I need to extrude that just the way it is, so I'm going to go finish sketch, and we're going to go to extrude, and we're going to go a length of a total. We have an overall length of 3.58. So 3.58, and there's our overall length. And I'll just build it because that's the way it's looking on the drawing over here, so we'll just use that. And looks like we have a hole in the end, so I'm going to bring the front around here, and I'm going to go right click, new sketch, pick that face. I'm going to come here, find my circle, grab my center. I'm going to define the inner diameter of that, and that is, now here's another one. I'm going to use it as a hole. I'm going to use the hole because I'm going to define it. I could do it one or two ways. And this is not threaded, so we will do the circle. Anytime I do threaded ones, I really like to use the center point. But this is not, so we're going to go just with extrusion, and this is 0.38. And I'm going to go right click, done, finish sketch, extrude, pick this, go to cut, and define my distance, which is 2. It's 2 inches deep, and OK. And let's go around here, and there it is. You can see it. And while we're here, let's throw some chamfers on here. We have some little tiny chamfers. Looks like we have there's 3 each, 1 on each end, and 2 at the top here, and they are 0.02 by 45. So we're going to go into our chamfer, and we're going to go distance of 0.02, and we're going to pick this edge and go here, and OK. There's our little chamfers. I'm liking those. Looks like we have a thread starting up here, so I can do my thread, and I'm going to come over here and pick it. And my specifications are going to be, that needs to be a 5/8 11, 5/8 18. Okay, 5/8 18. There's a 5/8 18 UNF, and it is a 2A, so we are correct there. And we're going to change it from full length to offset of, here's one of the things I don't like about the thread issue, is if you go up here and you notice my thread is not showing. I go up here and I highlight the thread over here in my browser. You can see that it's going off the end of my piece, and it drives me nuts why it does this. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go, I believe it's 1 inch that I want. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and look, and now I can see it's 1 inch, but it's going the wrong way. So I'm going to go edit feature, and I'm going to hit this little button here, And so it doesn't do it when you're actually working in putting the thread on. Hitting this directional button does not work. So it really drives me nuts. Now this offset here, if you just want to know what that does, that's going to drop it down to the center, which we don't want. So that's why we leave that at 0. But we want the length of this to be about 1 inch. And then we want to go double check we go OK. And we're going to right click again and edit feature. And we're going to go in and check our specifications. 5/8 18, 2A, UNF, and there we go. And I probably am going to have to go in and look at my original drawing. I'm not sure if that's quite the right depth or not. I see, again, I don't have that dimension on my drawing, but we're working on it. And then there's another chamfer down here at the bottom, so I want to go up here and just throw that on here while I'm here. And it's the same as before, 0.02, and apply. And there we go. We have a new feature here that we have to cut a slot in here, so we're going to do that, and probably the easiest for me to do that. Now the slot it's interesting, there's a radius in the slot. If you look over here in our picture, you can see that there's a radius of 0.25, and that's because this was cut with a 1/2 inch cutter. It was on a milling machine, and they had a cutter that was the width of this, which was 0.188 wide this way, and then it spun around like that and went up here and cut this, and that was the relief that was left from the kerf of the saw blade. So we need to design that into this, and so we can go one of two ways. Let's do it this way. Let's go into here. And let's put an axis in our piece, and then let's set a plane on that axis, and see if we can do this. So the easiest way to set a plane on this is I'm verifying that my actual plane is here. I'm just going to go up here and find my plane in the YZ plane right here. And I'm going to highlight that and make it visible. And then I'm just going to go right up here to plane, and I'm going to offset from plane, and I'm going to pick here, and I'm going to come, and I'm going to go my distance of 0.624 divided by 2, and then go OK. And now you can see that this plane is right on the outside of this face, right on the side of the cylinder. Okay, and then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go new sketch, and I'm going to pick this plane. I am going to project geometry, and I'm going to pick the end of my project here, and I'm going to pick the sides of my project here, right there and there. And that's going to allow me now to swing around here and do a little drawing. And I'm just going to grab a rectangle, and I'm going to start here, and I'm going to pull it out like this. And is this what I want to be doing? I think so. I think so. Okay, and then I'm coming around right, and then I'm going to dimension this is 0.188. That's wider than it looks. And then I'm going to go from I want the midpoint here, so I'm going to draw a center construction line from the midpoint here down to the midpoint there, and then that's going to allow me to dimension this, and I'm going to go from there to there, and I'm going to be able to go into my distance of 0.624 divided by 2 again. That should give me put me on center. That looks great. I need to define this length here. So we're going to go there. and that distance is 2. And this is, I'm not sure this is going to work, guys. I'm going to need to play with this for a second. Let me play with this. So yeah, this is going to work just fine. Okay, so here we go. So we've defined our length, our width, in our center. I'm going to go to extrude. We're going to go to cut, 0.079 deep. Okay. And right up here, go to fillet. I'm going to pick this edge right here. It's 0.25. I'm going to pick this little inside corner here. It's going to predefine it, as you see. And I'm going to go check my checkbox, and there we go. So that is that little radius that you see there. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I need to do on this. I think this is pretty much done. I'll reach in here, right click, and turn off my visibility. And turn off my visibility. And right click and turn off the visibility of my axial plane. And I think this is completely done now. Let's take a look at it. Let's bring it around front here and just look at it in wireframe. And yes, as we look around, we can see how it is right there. And that's 3. Oh, that inside is 375. So let's double check that. Let's check my extrusion and edit sketch and come around that corner. And it is 3.75. So let's go in here and double click on that. 0.375. Okay. And 624. And I think that is good. And finish sketch. And I was looking in the drawing, and this looks like it's, to me it looks like it's closer here than it really is. But I think that's just fine. It's interesting how this tapers up here too, because because of the roundness of the corner here of the cylinder, and you're doing a fillet into that. You can see the shape of that fillet, and it creates another edge there for us to look at. That's what's amazing about Inventor. It would be so hard to figure that out in a 2D drawing. It would just drive you nuts trying to figure that out in a 2D drawing. Go back to our visual style and go to realistic, and there we go. And my threads look pretty good. They looks like my threads need to be a little bit longer. And I'm going to pause here and go in and measure, and I'll come back and tell you what that is. So I've opened up my original drawing, and so I'm going to go in here and annotate. And I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to measure from this top edge to this bottom edge here and pull that out. And it's 1.12, so we will want to change that. I'm going to add that to the PDF, so you do have that. 375 is the inside of this from between here and here, and 624 is your overall diameter, 2 inches long there, 1/4 inch there. Distance here is 0.079. Okay, and so I'll double check those dimensions in my other drawing just to make sure everything is okay. So I'll minimize that. We will go into our threads, go to feature, and change our length to 1.12, which change that. And I'm looking at my other drawing here, and I'm going to check my dimension down here, this extrusion, and edit feature, and my extrusion is 0.079, which is correct. Okay, I'm happy with that. So it looks like this is all done. So there we go, guys. Less than 15 minutes, and you could actually draw it faster than that. You should be able to draw it in about 5 as you whiz through this. And I'll get this posted. Take care.